Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am God, and I manifest the words I speak. My message today, people, is sharing with you some of the visions that I see for this world in the near future here. One of the things that I definitely over time will be talking about is I want to find real issues, man, around the world that I see. Not find because they're already there, but I want to talk about some of the things that I see, man. One of them being racism, the whole immigration thing where, people having to flee their countries because they're looking for greener pastures. I'll also be talking about, the Caribbean and Africa and how I see, well, let me take them one at a time. As far as racism go, people, let me address this real quick. And here's my stance on this. I believe and hope that over time, as I talk about these topics, people will come to their senses and realize that these are some of the most nonsensical things that is happening in our world, man. The illusions, like, let me point this out to you. It's crazy, for a person. I could talk black and white because, again, I grew up here in America and I am black, Jamaican, okay? So it's like the illusion is that, what I grew up believing, whether I like it or not, the way everything is set up is to make people feel like if you're non-white, you're less than, And, it's like the whole idea of that, like, what's crazy to me, and think about this for a second. Remember I shared yesterday that 95% of American households make less than $50,000 a year. Cost of living is going up every year. That's not a white or black problem. That's a problem for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Groceries are high. Inflation is everywhere. Now, instead of people uniting and tackling the real problems of this world, instead, I believe I'm not going to blame anybody specific. I'm not just going to blame politicians. I think people overall is a contributor to that also. So with that being said, it's like I believe that people should realize that, look, man, we're all in the same boat, okay? And focus on solutions to your problems, The more you divide each other, people, is that indeed divide and conquer. When people unite and work together, and you have governments that really work for the people, then nothing is impossible. You know what I'm saying? And everybody can and will have an amazing life. So as far as racism goes, man, over time, I hope that people realize, regardless of your color, black, white, whatever, is realize that you got bigger problems, man, and those ain't even a problem. That's a man-made, made-up problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is better than anybody, people. I don't care if you make $10 million a month or you make $500 a week. I really don't care, man. It's just realizing the humility and humbleness of life, because life will humble you, that everybody indeed is equal in the sense of everybody's capable of doing amazing things if they will allow themselves to do it, by willing to put in the work, And that's the message I preach, people, is that, everything is possible for everybody that choose to believe. And, what I love about the message that God have given me is that it rises above the divisiveness of religions, the divisiveness of that. It overcomes the whole BS about racism or, anybody having the illusion that they're better than somebody, and it's like, even come back to that for a second, man. It's like the one philosophy I'll always live by, man, is I never go places I'm not wanted. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you really, truly know who you are and know how powerful you are, then whatever things the world have in place, you rise above that, man, because as a spiritual being, you're above all those BS that people argue and quarrel about, And at the end of the day, man, my message obviously for the world is that the Spirit of God lives inside of you. You are your soul if you choose to be, because we're all mind, body, and spirit. And I just happen to choose to be my spirit and let the Spirit guide me. And that's ultimately my message that I'm here to share and encourage the world to do, is to let the Spirit of God that's already inside of you lead you, man, so you can be above all of this stuff, man. And it doesn't really bother you, because it's like once a person really truly deep down know who they are, then can't nobody tell them otherwise who they are. If you know that you have great, amazing gift, abilities and skills, then if you know these things, people, then you don't need nobody to confirm that, because you already know those things to be true. So therefore, all those other stuff that you used to experience, whether it's racism or classism or whatever the heck you want to call it, you realize that nobody is above you, and that you're also above nobody. You know what I'm saying? Is that everybody have the same abilities. They just have to tap into it. And that's ultimately the message here, is that we people, that's another thing, is going from the me to we, which is what the Spirit does, is basically work on you, train you, coach you to really get in the we mindset of things, is that my success is other people's success, because as I succeed people, all I do is sow it right back into people. My product is people. I'm realizing that, what makes me the world's first trillionaire is that I'm doing something that nobody have ever done. Is that I've realized that the greatest asset out here is people's lives, man. I don't care where they are, anywhere in this world, is people's lives. And all I have to do is increase the value of people's lives. And the way I do it, people, is inspire and motivate you on a daily basis to identify that you are great. And as you start to believe that you're great, then you start to do great things, people. You start to empower others, inspire, motivate others as you develop yourself. You know what I'm saying? And as I do that, people, at the end of the day, that's what makes me, and I'm telling you right now, make me one of the greatest leaders that will ever live, because this is my way of being. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, is I genuinely love people and I care for people, and I want nothing deep down but the best for people. So you can't argue with somebody like that, man. It's like, why would you? If somebody want the best thing for you, all you can do is encourage them and hope that things work out. And that's why my success is yours, people. And ultimately, it's like, you look up, and there's thousands and millions of people like myself out there, and people that is truly my desire is to create people that really connect with the Spirit of God that's inside of them, man, and become the Spirit of God, and really start to find their message that God wants them to share with the world. This is my message for the world, that the Spirit of God lives inside of you, and all you have to do is choose to believe that to be so, and then all your problems will fade over time. You will no longer feel less than. With depression, how can you possibly be depressed when you realize that you are God and the Spirit of God lives inside of you every single day? You can't be those things, people. But see, the catch is that you have to choose to believe, people, that you are the Spirit of God and that you're capable of doing many miraculous things. Over time, people, I will find these messages, I will get these messages, and I'll share them with you over time. But for right now, I'm just forecasting, man, that there's a lot of visions that's in my head, and I want to articulate those to you. And my hope is that as you hear me talk about my visions, it will inspire and motivate you to create big visions for yourself, not just for yourself, but for your family and other people of this world, Anyways, I'm going to cut it off there for today, people. My declaration over your life, number one, is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three, people, is that you have amazing health and you're in the best shape of your life. People, my prayer for you today is that the Spirit of God will continue to rise up in you, man, and actually allow you to really see and feel and experience the power of the Spirit inside of you. I pray for that, people, because you're way more powerful than you know you are, and I'm here to help you identify that and be the greatness that I know is inside of you. Anyways, people, y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.